It's no secret that as small creators, we do not get a great deal of time to give to this hobby. And that's why it's really important that we make the most of the small amount of time that we get for this. And the easiest way to do that, my friends, is with planning. Now I know this sounds insultingly simple as a concept, but it's something that can actually be really difficult to incorporate into your life as a small creator. When there are so many other things that you have to give your time and energy to, and so many ideas that you have and want to execute on, it can be really easy to just dive into whatever is the most interesting to you at that moment when you have that time to spare. But taking a minute to think about what you would like to prioritize can be really, really beneficial. So I thought I would go through how I do that. Because my friends, I have a week off. I have a whole week to do nothing other than this. And to spend some time with my girlfriend. But also this. And I wanted to make sure that I got the most out of that time. So I'm going to tell you how I did that, and I'm also going to take you on a little journey through this week off and see if I manage to actually stick to these plans. Now, I've known that this week off was coming for a long time, so I've had a lot of time to think about what I would like to do. First of all, I knew that I was going to have the house to myself for that entire week, so I knew that recording was my #1 priority. So with that in mind, I took a look at my upcoming video plans and I picked out ones that I would need to do some recording for. I'm hesitant to give too many details on this because I don't know when this vlog is gonna release relative to the videos that I'm talking about, but I am in the beginning phases of my second video of the year, so I need to record the gameplay for that. I need to record the voiceover and the live action for that. And then I also plan on recording the gameplay for the 2 videos following that. On top of this, I have a Patreon podcast to record this week. I have some of these vlogs to record this week. And I also have a couple of miscellaneous things that I'd like to do if I get the time. Having that knowledge, I made a to-do list. My favourite thing in the whole world. This didn't just include recording, it also included a lot of scripting because some of the scripts that I need to record aren't finished yet. I also have some miscellaneous stuff on there, finishing my channel rebrand, or at least the assets for the rebrand, editing my first video of the year, and I've also managed to pick up some commission work, so I'm going to be doing some editing for Not Me. Once I had that list formulated, I made a rough plan, a rough sketch of how I wanted my week to look. So for example, on Saturday, the 18th of January, I had planned to record some Donkey Kong gameplay and delete Twitter. Because that's a genuine thing that I had to plan for, because I didn't just delete Twitter, I archived everything that I ever did, and that took so long in fact that I didn't actually get to do any of the things that I had planned to do on Sunday, because I stayed up until almost 5 in the morning taking screenshots of all of my tweets and DMs, and it was a nightmare. So that leaves us with Monday, which is today. My main order of business today is to record some Sonic the Hedgehog gameplay with my good friend Adam, and then after that I'm just gonna see what else I can get done. I would like to record some gameplay of a particular DS game, and I'd also like to see if I can get a little bit of scripting done. It's important for these plans to not be so rigid, because as I've just demonstrated, they can't always go 100% to plan. Some things take longer than you expect, life things come up. It's inevitable, it's going to happen, so it's important to give yourself a little bit of leeway. For example, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday are quite empty days. I've kind of front-loaded the week so that if I don't get anything done on, let's say, today or tomorrow, I'm able to push some things into later parts of the week in order to accommodate for that. So now that I have this plan for my week, it's time to execute on that, which means that we're gonna turn this vlog into an actual vlog. Who'd have thought? What a wild concept. So let's leave the floor and head to the kitchen, because I'm gonna make some food before I play Sonic. Ooh. running late. I need to stop wasting time.
The church doesn't pay tax, so why should
Wario is not a religion.
That's a matter of opinion, my friend. That is a matter of opinion.
So me and Adam are taking a quick little break so that he can go eat, but this has been going really well so far, and I'm taking this little break as an opportunity to take some notes on our little recording session and also to do a little bit of editing. So the plan's going well so far. I'm not gonna lie, we're ahead of schedule. We're doing well, so I'll keep you updated.
Kids, there's nothing better than playing Roblox.
Okay, so it is a few hours later now. Me and Adam finished the recording and I did a good bit of editing. Stayed up a lot longer than I wanted to, but that's okay because it is. So I'm gonna go sleep, and then tomorrow I'm going to record some live action things. I don't remember off the top of my head what I had on my schedule, but I will remind you next time I see you. And in doing so, remind myself. So, see you tomorrow. It is currently 11 o'clock on the... shit, what day is today? 21st of January. And so far today I have done a good amount of editing on a video that I haven't yet disclosed. And I've also sort of rejigged the plan for the week because something came up next week that allows me to push something forward. So I think that's going to work out a lot better. So on today's agenda is some self-care and also a lot of recording. I'm going to do some gameplay for 2 different videos, and I'm hopefully going to do some live action segments and maybe even my my Patreon podcast, hopefully. Because I'm not busy until about 5 o'clock today, so that should give me ample time to get lots and lots of stuff done. So keeping my fingers crossed on that one, but we'll see how that goes. Also, I will get dressed at some point. I don't just live in this hoodie, I promise. Hello, I forgot to record anything yesterday and also towards the end of the day before, but I did make some really good progress. I've more or less recorded all of the gameplay that I needed to record, so now I'm recording some live action, I am recording the Patreon podcast, and then I'm going to do some editing. So week's going really well so far. I'm really quite pleased with the progress I've been able to make, so yeah, I'll update you next time there is something to update you on. So turns out one of my skills is not recording a vlog every day. I probably should have expected this because I'm still very new to vlogging, but yeah, I completely forgot to record anything the entire rest of that week. As you can tell, because my hair is shorter now, it's shorter than I even remembered. I got a haircut at the end of the week and I forgot to film anything surrounding it, basically. But that's not the point. The point is, I've forgotten. What kind of progress did I make this week? Well, I actually made a really good amount of progress. Other than the things that I believe I mentioned I was choosing to push into next week, I got pretty much everything I wanted to do done this week. I recorded pretty much everything I needed to record. There's probably a few more bits of gameplay that I could get, but I'd still have time to do that. I made some decent progress in editing. I got about as far into my rebrand as I could hope to get. There's still stuff that needs to be done, but that's more dependent on other people than it is on me, so that's cool. And I also did a good amount of client work. Could the week have been more successful? Could I have gotten more done? Yes, absolutely. I would have liked to have recorded another gameplay video. I would have liked to have recorded 1 or 2 more of these. But ultimately, everything that I set on paper that I wanted to do, I got done. And that is what I want you to take away from this video if you are a small creator struggling to balance the many things you have going on in your life. It can be daunting to try and plan so far ahead, or to try and remove that sort of spontaneity and spark from this hobby. But I promise you, if you plan your time in advance, it will benefit you. You'll be able to get most of what you wanted to do done in that time if it's specifically allocated to doing that thing. And even if you don't manage to get everything done, like I didn't, you've still made so much progress. Taking the time to think ahead and to really plan what you want to do with your time, it's one of the biggest tools that we as small creators have under our belts. So please, if you are able to, if you feel so inclined, utilize this. Look at when you next have the time to give to YouTube, and instead of going into it spontaneously, make a plan. What are you going to do with that time? Are you going to write a script? Are you going to record a video? If you're going to record a video, is it one that you already have scripted? Is it one that's not going to use a script? What do you need to have set up before you record that video? What prerequisites are in place? You know, do you need to set up your game recording software? Do you need to dig out your lights and your tripod? Are you maybe editing? And if so, what are you editing? What do you want to achieve with that editing? What milestones are you hoping to hit in this time that you have to give to this hobby? And I think if we're able to maximize the time that we are able to give to this, it'll make it a lot easier to deal with the many, many, many times in our lives that we aren't able to give to this. Don't let planning take the fun out of this hobby, but instead utilize it to enhance the time spent on this hobby.